Sergio explains the ending of the Magnus
Dumb,
Archives.
stupid idiot explains Magnus Archives ending.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they finished the
Oh.
Magnus Archives.
Oh, really? How did it end?
Yes, it was actually really good. It was like a really not quiet ending. It was like the world ended, but or the world didn't end. Wait, so pretty much what happened is that so there's a lady called Annabelle Kane, and she is an avatar for the web, and she kidnaps Martin. If you remember, I don't know how much you remember. Do you remember
Martin,
everything I talked?
uh, what was his ability?
He was just he's just like I don't even know if I explained him. He was a guy. He was like he worked with John, like the archivist. Like they worked together, and then he became a thing of the lonely, like avatar of the lonely, because he
Yeah.
was trying to stop the
Oh.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
And now him and John ended up dating. It's a hot air balloon.
Oh, they're
Oh,
gay.
Matthew, you're the one drawing it.
Freaking idiot.
um, right. So Annabelle Kane kidnapped Martin because Annabelle Kane wanted to talk to John because she knew that without John's decision, like there's only so much John has to make the decision. Annabelle Kane,
Oh, it's
so Annabelle Kane meets with John and is like, John, I know a way to stop the apocalypse, right? Because what was happening was that it was like a fear apocalypse. That's like at the end of the world. And Annabelle was like, okay, so pretty much what we can do is I found this crack in reality that is big enough to where we can move all of the entities into a different dimension. So that's the plan. What they're gonna do, what Annabelle wants them to do is Annabelle wants John to kill Elias, to destroy the Panopticon. So that way, for a quick second, all the fears just kind of aren't linked to the world anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna throw all the tapes that they have been collecting because actually, like plot twist, all of the tapes, those were the web.
The web.
The web,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
one of the fears.
Oh. Please go on.
All right, so you remember when I told you that, like, you remember when I explained all the fears, and I was like, they're not really, they don't like really think, they're just kind of and like they're just kind of, they just kind of are. They
Yeah.
are things. That's okay. That's not true. Two of them.
For
Two of them can technically think. It's just that they never really had to. So it's like pretty much the fears don't have a concept of like future. They don't think about the future. Because if they did, if they thought about that and their desires were shifted, and then they would realize that eventually everyone in the world will die, and then they're gonna run out of fear. One of the fears realized this, and that was the web, because the webs is the fear of like manipulation, like it's the fear of planning. How can
What is this?
like I was saying?
Go on.
So like because the web is like the not the personification, but like the peak of manipulation, it makes sense that the web would develop like sort of like a consciousness or the ability to think about the future, because how do you plan and manipulate people without thinking about like the future?
Yeah.
So it's like, and the web was like, oh, we're gonna run out of
Yes.
food and we're all gonna die. And so the web started this like journey where it like employed its like avatars to like search for a solution.
Yeah.
And then they found John, and they were like, we can make this man sort of like a thing, like a catalyst. So they marked John, and then they sent him to like Elias or Jonah Magnus for the eye.
Money.
And then they pretty much anticipated all this to happen, and they were like, we found this crack in reality where like nothing is really right. And then they were like, we can make the crack bigger by sending more fear into it.
Oh.
And so that led to now where there's a giant pit, and that like leads to like technically other dimensions or somewhere else.
Oh.
And they're like, we're gonna throw all the fears there. So that way the fears will go to a different dimension, and then they'll get more food, and this that way they won't ever run out. And now they have to think, like, do we send the fears to a different dimension to potentially terrorize a whole new, wholly, like, what is potentially like thousands of other universes,
Yeah.
like doom them essentially, or like keep it in this universe, and then like, you know, wait until they all die.
Is what you're saying, Sergio? Invading like a dozen universes or something.
What? Oh yeah. So it was pretty much like, okay, so what now John had to make a choice. Did he want to like kill Elias and then destroy the Panopticon, which was like the altar for this new world, and then send the fears into other dimensions?
Yeah.
Or what was that? Oh,
Oh.
yeah. So pretty much now they gotta decide what to do. And then John is like makes the decision. He like makes it like himself. He's like, okay, we can't let them go to other worlds. So what he does is he decides to kill Elias. Because what happened is that because he was the second strong, he pretty much in this point, John is the second strongest person in the verse
Yeah.
or on Earth, and the first is Elias, who is the person that tricked him into doing the thing. But he knows that if he kills Elias, there's going to be sort of like a power vacuum, and then it will force him to become the new like strongest person. And he's like, okay, when I do that, I can sort of change everything, and I can't stop the fear from happening, but I can sort of make everything go quicker.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
make
the
everyone
one
go to
person
like
didn't get
the
it.
no, you can make it, and then he can make everyone go to the death world, and it's that way like the world dies faster, and then all the fears die faster, and then that's gonna be the end of it.
Yeah.
But what happens is that the plan that the other people decide to do, like, so pretty much the original plan was that they were gonna blow up the Panopticon, killing Elias, or while Martin kills Elias. So that way, Elias is dead, the Panopticon is destroyed, and then they're gonna throw all the tapes that like pretty much have collected fear on them into like the void, send it to another dimension, and then all the fears would like follow it.
Oh.
Like looking for fear, they would follow the tapes and then go into the next dimension.
I see.
And then this is when John does his own plan, and he's like, I'm gonna kill Elias and become like the strongest person, and then make everything just end faster, and like as a mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened is that John thought that he was gonna have enough time before they blow up the Panopticon to like be able to kill Elias and change everything. But they kind of did everything faster because Martin was like, I knew John was gonna do something, so like I told him to do everything faster. Detective!
Oh.
And so now what's happening is that John is now the leader, so like they can't do the plan where they kill Elias because he's already dead and John is already the new leader, and they're also blowing up the Panopticon. So like they gotta make a choice, like what are they gonna do? And then John's like, ah, fuck it, just kill me. Because it's like it doesn't matter if Elias is dead, it just matters that the number one, person is dead.
Yeah.
So like Martin has to kill John. The Panopticon blows up. They follow through with the other plan where they put all the tapes in the void, and the world pretty much goes back to normal, to how it was before. And all the fears, and potentially also Martin and John, are now just in a new dimension.
I see.
Yeah, and that's the end of the Magnus Archives. What is that? Yeah, so they have a lot of post-game content where it's like stuff like commentary, stuff like just Q&As. It's not a lot before Magnus Protocol starts, and it's a completely different cast of characters. I I I don't know if it's like not like a spoiler kind of like a spoiler. I don't know if I kind of got spoiled. As far as I know, I think John is now like in a computer in the Magnus Protocol.
Oh, that's
He should have just stayed.
Like I think that's what I like. There's just a man in a computer, I think, and I think he answers questions that they found. I have no idea what's happening in the new series. I don't know. Like I barely know. And I know people assume that it's John.